We talked about this last week in the UCLA game that Arizona had to make a statement at home.
Yeah.
We predicted that this was going to happen, and it was good to see Arizona deliver, and it was also nice to see UCLA battle in this game despite playing so poorly.
Right. I think if you're trying to come up with a result that's best for the Pac-12, best for both of these teams,
Yes.
best for because I will say this. Here's my opening remark. I learned this last week, and it was reconfirmed last night watching this game. Arizona UCLA is the best rivalry in college basketball, where I truly, hand to God, strike me dead if I'm lying, do not care who wins the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy both of these programs for different reasons. Arizona, my best friend from back home in Indiana went to U of A. I've talked about it a lot. I've visited Tucson many times.
Yeah.
I've thrown up in the dirt.
What was the name of the bar? Dirtbags?
Dirtbags.
Yeah,
I've
there you
thrown up
go.
in that parking lot more times than I can count. I have a tremendous fondness for Tucson and the University of Arizona. I love their basketball program and everything it stands for. I also live in Los Angeles, and UCLA hooks me up with stuff all the time, and I love going to Pauley Pavilion.
We love UCLA.
And so it was interesting to me because I both of these games that I watched, I usually one team emerges, like I'm watching a rivalry game. I'm like, I don't really care about Kentucky or Louisville. And then by the end of the game, I'm like, come on, Louisville,
yeah.
I truly do not care either way for either one of these teams. And so going into this game, you and I were kind of talking about that. Like, what is the best case scenario? Because we like UCLA. We don't want UCLA to get run out of the gym, but at the same time, Arizona had to win this game because they got run out of UCLA's gym.
Yes.
I feel like this was kind of a perfect middle ground. The Arizona proved we are definitively a national title contender. I don't know if we don't throw favorites on there if they're the best team in the Pac-12. I don't know all that, but like if Arizona won a national title, I will not be shocked.
Same.
But at the same time, as you said, UCLA showed the fight. They didn't really give up. They also showed me something that they like have the piece. Like I'm fine with UCLA.
We left this game with 2 top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Pac-12 has 2 top 5 teams. Going into this game, UCLA's 3, Arizona's 7. I think Arizona bumps up to like 3 or 4. UCLA goes to 5. And now that's your Pac-12 update. We have 2 top 5 teams in the Pac-12 that are legitimate title contenders. And we have Bill Walton calling the game, Luke Walton in the crowd freaking out. You know what I mean? It was a great Pac-12 night. It was a lot to celebrate.
It was awesome. Dalen Terry was awesome for Arizona.
We talked about that last night too, that it's fun that Arizona has like a Terry similar to the Jet, and then they have a Kerr, who wears
Kerr,
25.
number 25.
Yeah. It feels like a classic Arizona team.
Kerr Kriisa's swag is I imagine UCLA fans hate that guy. I imagine everyone in the Pac-12 hates that guy, but I can't get enough of it. That's why it broke my heart, like watching, and I had Arizona fans chirping at me because I put Arizona on the fraud power rankings last week, and I did it out of a place of love. You know this, Tate. I put my own father on the power, the fraud.
I think
power
you put
rankings.
yourself on there.
I put myself on there.
Yeah.
I put Chris Holtman at number 1.
It's an equal opportunist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So just because I put him on there doesn't mean I don't like it. Was that Kerr Kriisa went over and Arizona looked like ass at UCLA, and I want to. That hurt me because I believe going into the first game that Arizona was the best team in the country. This was the type of game that made me fall in love with this Arizona team. Made me fall in love with Kerr Kriisa. That he like right out of the gate, they designed a set play for him because he went 0 for 12 in the first game.
Yeah.
So
they're like, we got to get this guy.
Tommy Lloyd's like, we got to get this guy going. I think they ran like an elevator type screen on the wing. He catches the ball, bricks the first shot that he takes, and I was like, oh boy, here we go.
But he was smiling.
Next time down the floor, he drives to the basket, like makes like a layup, like he puts a little mustard on it more than he needed to. Kind of it wasn't that fancy, but he makes a layup, and then he I don't know if he drew I didn't really see it. They didn't show a replay. I don't know if he did like a Drew Timmy mustache thing, but he like wipes he smelled his finger or something, and points to the crowd.
I think that's what it was.
I was like, this man against UCLA is now 1 for his last like 15. And he's pointing to the crowd.
It doesn't matter. He knows he's rocking.
I love it.
And then
I
also
love it.
Tubelis, being healthy in this game. That there were reasons why Arizona, you come in and you're like, they should win this game. You expect them to win this game, but they had the pressure of that. And Kerr Kriisa actually shoulders it well. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like he is concerned about it at all.
He is so God, I'm so old because I can't think of what the word the cool kids use now. But his swag is so turned up that he was 3 for 10 last night, Tate. He did not like shoot the ball well last night, but the shots he takes and the way in which he celebrates when he takes those shots and the that he talks, you're led to believe that this man is just like dominating.
Lighting you up.
Yeah. And he's Salim Stoudemire out there. Like you've never seen anything like this. And he's like not, but he plays with that confidence, and it's so fun to watch. It's so fun, and I do love that he wears Steve Kerr's number and it has his name on the back. And I said this to you last night that I think this should set a precedent moving forward that if you are playing at a school where jersey is retired, you can and the jersey gets unretired, you should have to wear the guy's last name on the back of the jersey. So an example that comes to mind, Malachi Branham at Ohio State,
Yes.
is wearing 22. Jim Jackson's jersey's retired.
Yeah.
Jim Jackson gave him permission to wear 22 because he's a good enough recruit. That's how it works in
Yeah.
college
If
basketball.
you're a 5-star, you can wear my
I
name.
imagine when I was at Ohio State, if I would ask Jim Jackson to wear 22, I imagine I would not have gotten the okay. But I think Malachi Branham should then have to have Jackson 22 on the back of it.
Yeah.
On the back of his.
Marvin Bagley when he wore Danny Ferry's name,
Yeah.
you know?
Should
Have
say
Ferry on the back.
Ferry 30.
Well, and then it honors, you know what I mean? The guy who
great idea,
got the-
actually.
yeah, let's do that. How do we
Isn't that a
how
great
do we
idea?
implement this across the board because everyone should do that.
Kerr Kriisa started a trend. I love that idea.
Yeah, it should be Kriisa, but he wanted to change the game. Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.